So what shenanigans have I been up to this week? Well, let's take a look at my FX book. I have linked my account here so people can see, how I'm trading and also see the growth of it, track it, see that's a live account, not just a demo account. So this week we have made a 0.85% gain. Wonderful. And 54 bucks, 0.98 profit. Okay, I didn't lose money. I haven't made the loss back from last week. I've made 184 pips, which is not bad. So 184 pips and only 54 bucks profit. You probably are wondering what's going on. Why is it like that? Well, we'll go through that. I'll be going through the week because I've actually been experimenting with various trade setups so that I can supplement my overextension trades, which can be quite profitable, and I can risk a large amount of the account on it, and I can make a substantial gain on these setups, but they don't occur that often. And they don't occur on a daily basis. They don't occur on a weekly basis. It's more like on a monthly basis. And for this to be sustainable, I need another approach or a supplementary approach so that I can live off it. Anyways, let's head over to my Telegram channel. You can find the link in the description below and also in the comments. Anyways, so beginning of week, I shared a bunch of setups that I was looking at and potentially taking. I missed a bunch of them. Actually, there were some good setups that did manifest from the ones I shared, but anyways, I didn't take them. This is GJ. I'm highlighting this one because I did trade a lot GJ this week. You can see this is the 4 hour and it was in a triangle. I was considering going long if it breaks out because it looks like it's hitting this resistance over and over. So I'm like, hey, if it breaks, have a clean break above, this might be a good setup to take. And then let's see, Euro JPY. I still wanted to short that one, but I didn't. Anyways, here we go. Here's GJ. I went long on GJ here. It was that that 4 hour trend line I just showed you. I went long here. I execute that on the 5-minute chart. You can see it was selling off pretty heavily, but I don't have the trend line in here anymore. Here we go. It was selling off. It was selling off, and then it had some nice bullish action here. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go long as it came back down here. The buy signal bar here is not that decent. It's very small. It went up, down, and I sized it's very small for this trade because I was going to add further down here. That was not 100% accurate what I said with that stop loss. I realized later, so I wanted to just go away. I wanted to add down here to the position so that if it bounces, I can make a profit on the second entry. I can get out on the first entry and break even, or however I want to manage it as it was unfolding. But when I was looking at it from here to here, plus this kind of buy signal bar, the entries were too close together for me, so I didn't actually add to the position. What I did instead is I got out at break even. And by the way, why did I size small? Because this is in the trading range, and also the whole idea of me adding to it. Like when you look at the bigger picture of GJ, you have this kind of, it's consolidating here. This is all trading range price action in my book, which is why I'm like, I can add to this. I think there's a good chance that it's gonna revert. But I'm at the same time, I am not super great with trading range trading. I know about it, but I have been practicing it a lot. So that's why I'm sizing small. So there we go. I closed here, so it went down to where I want to add, but as I said, it was too close. So when it came up and it got rejected by a trend line here, I got out to break even. Why? Because this looked like it was going to become a new range, right? So we have this is all trading range price action for me. Okay, you don't have any gaps between the bars, like for example here from this high to this high, if the wick was even lower, you would have a proper gap, but you still have a gap here. Only the wick is coming up, the body don't touch. which shows there's some momentum. Here, you see there's no gaps whatsoever. You have a lot of overlapping bars coming in. So I was like, I think this is potentially a new range, with the top being here or potentially all the way back up here. So I got out of break even, and I was looking to go back in down here at the bottom of the range, with the idea that I can scale in again. And also, that's another reason I'm sizing small. I need to be able to scale in. And I've noticed if I'm sizing a little heavier, I don't tend to scale in. So I want to build the habit of me scaling in, which I can only build when I'm sizing appropriately. Here you go. That was the retest of the bottom. I went in and it went nicely up, and I closed here. As it turned out, that was somewhat of a premature closure. This leg up, I did see that was pretty strong, and I closed. It would have hit all the way to TP. It consolidated, and it had a second leg up. I was thinking that might happen, but I was like, I'm just going to take the profit for now. And then it went up, so that's all fine. And then what else happened? Oh yeah, that's UC. That's another trade that I'm in. It's a great trade, and I've added a multiplier to it. And then we go. So GJ, here we go, back to that. You can see he went up and he kind of consolidated here. He went down, I went short on it. Again, so that's trading range trading. So we are here, came up, came here, and I went short. So, and he went all the way down here, and I think I got out. Yeah, so I had the profit target was a bit too ambitious. I did think it might bounce here. It pushed a little bit beyond that, and then reverse, as you saw. So anyways, I'm messing around with my UC trade here. Here I got out because of of this potential double bottom. I didn't want to risk it, so taking partial profit, and then I closed the entire position. And the whole thing was $32. So I think that was really decent. If I would have sized more normally, this would have been a few $100. But it's just not good idea when I am not super familiar with, or I am familiar. I've been studying. So here's the thing. I am not just like, I'm going to do some trading range, price action trading. No, I studied this stuff. I've watched videos. I have been looking at the charts. I've been looking at how can I do it? How can I scale in? What are the price action indicators that I'm like, it's going to be in the trading range that I am more comfortable able to do that. And so I have done all of the homework, and then I'm implementing it, and I'm implementing it with small size, which is something that I recommend that you do as well. Like, don't just size heavy on something that you don't know. Go and study, and then size small, or even just go back to demo account. That's something I consider as well, but I just decided to size small. Anyways, then we are on to the next day, October 16th. I shorted GJ. There was a breakout below this line. It was decent. That was a news event. I thought there's a measure move down. The TP was pretty ambitious. And I thought, well, at least we're going to get a measure move down based on the size of the bar, which is right here. So let me make this here, fib retracement. So this is 50%. So from here to here, it didn't quite get there. As you can see, it came here and then it reversed back up, and I got out around break even on this trade because I was looking for a retest again. I've deleted the trend line by now, but basically I was looking for a retest of the trend line, which is why I got out at break even. Here we go, I got out of break even because it was pretty strong, the reversal. And it's just something that can happen. 50% of the time you're gonna get a reversal of something like this if it's at the beginning of the trading day. In general, these kind of setups where you have a nice breakout bar, according to Al Brooks, you have about a 60% chance for a measure move down. But that was not the case here, and it was early, because if something happens, no matter how strong it is and it's early in the session, there's 50% of it reversing again from Al Brooks. I'm just parroting what I've learned from him. All right, so retest of trend line. Here's the retest. There we go. And I went back in to it. still with a somewhat ambitious TP, which was on the higher time frame coming all the way down here, but it would have to break this here, which is a likely place for it to bounce as well. Video I shared. And I closed GJ here because it didn't even get down here. It already bounced right here, barely making it here. I'm like, this thing is just, it's range bound, and it keeps being range bound. It is not going where I thought it might go, which is a move down. I'll show you real quick so that you are here, that you see it. It was somewhere here, I believe. Nope. Here. This is the move. This was the move down. We're now on the 1 hour. We had the retest. It came back down, and then it bounced, and it started moving up again with price, having trading range price action. All right, so let's go to what else we got. That was it. Okay, so what I've done then, what I'm currently experimenting. So this was all trading range, trading and experimenting with it. I've also looked at the low of the day and the high of the day. Basically, when you're looking at price action, where is it making a high, where is it making a low, and how is it going? How is it moving in these areas? That's what I've been looking at, and I did take a trade. I didn't share this trade in the group because I size at a 0.01 lot size. It is something that I'm new to. It looked quite promising. I've been looking at these setups in GJ and also in gold, where you have pushes down. It's not really working. Starting to make a W. This is the W, down, up, W, go long, going for the price for a profit target, hit it, and then it went even higher. So I'm learning about that, and I'm looking to implement it because I'm looking to take those kind of trades, 1 or 2 a day, with a profit target of around 50 pips. Though it makes sense to let it run as well, depending on context. And so I've been watching it. So what I've done is I have identified the setup. Then I have I've just observed it. Then I started putting, this tool in. So I'm like, okay, I can go long here. I could go short here. How's it playing out? And it's been really working quite well. I'm like, it looks like a promising setup. And it will be on the 5-minute chart. And then I started trading it yesterday. Now, this was not a typical setup because the stop loss is pretty tight. And so trading this was a news release. Trading this during news release is a bad idea. I saw that there was a news release and I'd not forgotten. I just looked at the setup and I took it and it worked out. It's not actually a typical setup. This would have been more of a typical setup where you have 3 pushes in here. You have somewhat of an M structure here, and you go short. And for a move down, I saw this. I thought this push was too small. We're gonna have another push up and then a move down, which didn't happen. It just sold off. So, anyways, this is the setup I am experimenting with to see if I can get some kind of consistency in the day trading setups that could then supplement my, swing trading. Because what I've done before, even with like some of the day trading setups, I was basically waiting for it to come down to a trend line. Let me pull something up so you actually can see what I'm talking about and it's not theoretical. Let's go to the 1 hour chart. So this is setup that I was considering taking that I didn't take. And as you can see, I would have been stopped out. Anyways, so you can see the trend line. The trend line is here on the 1 hour, clearly visible. It might be higher as well, visible. Yeah, it's somewhat decent on the 4 hour as well. So I would wait for it to come up to a trend line and then go short for a swing down or for day trade down. But for me to wait until it is at a trend line of the 4 hour or 1 hour when I'm trading the 5-minute, it can take a long time. The setups are not that often, and I need to check the charts quite often or I tend to check the charts quite often. Maybe I don't actually have to. If I were to send an alert, but I have some issues with my phone, so that's not really working at the moment. So that's why I've decided to look at different setups and what I can do to make this more feasible for myself and for my family. And so the current setup that I'm honing in on, GJ and gold. Gold also worked really well on it. This thing is on a run. I mean, it is crazy. It just keeps going up. Here we go. Just to give you an idea here. So you have a low, which is being established, low of a day. Then they work it in. You come in, or gold comes in multiple times. You have a wick here, somewhere either here above or here. You can go long or a move up here. Nice, clear move, and then you have this thing repeating, and you have it happening on all kinds of time frames. Same thing here, where you have the high, it works it up, comes in, and then you could go short. Excuse me. So I have looked at this, and it seems to work really well. I seem to be able to spot it quite well as well myself, meaning when it's unfolding, not after the fact. It's obvious to look at it after the fact and be like, oh yeah, it's here and here, which is a worthwhile exercise to do to train your eyes, but you need to be able to spot it as it unfolds. But I'm still very early on this. I'll keep you updated whether this is a feasible trading strategy or not. Anyways, you can head over to my Telegram channel, see how I manage my trades. I swallowed some bug or something. I gotta wrap this up now. And see the trades there. Hit the like, subscribe, share it with other people if you think it's going to be beneficial for them. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.